Emotional and Mental Health, 8th Grade Health Project by Ayush Amrani, Arav Jani, and Johan Centino. As you already may know, there are many mental illnesses in the world. Some of the most common ones are depression, bulimia, anorexia, and obesity. These mental illnesses have major effects on a normal, fully developed brain. But the real question is, what effects will they have on a rapidly developing brain, namely the teenage brain? Studies done by researchers show that one of the major effects of depression over a long period of time is the shrinking of the hippocampus, a part of the brain primarily responsible for holding long-term memories. The effects of bulimia are just as bad, if not worse, on the brain. It damages your ability to concentrate on anything, even simple tasks, and it also affects your decision-making skills. Moving on, chronic stress or chronic anxiety affect the prefrontal cortex, which is still developing, thereby causing a decrease in your decision-making skills and effects on your short-term memory. Binge eating is an eating disorder that affects the brainstem, which tells you when you're full, which causes you to overeat even though you're full. Anorexia is an eating disorder and the extreme fear of being thin. Anorexia affects your reward center part of the brain and the amygdala, which controls your fear. Last but not least, obesity. Obesity desensitizes your brain from pleasure you get from eating sugary and fatty foods, prompting you to eat more than when you weren't overweight. Schizophrenia is a mental illness in which the victim often sees hallucinations. The warning signs that you or a loved one may have this disease are memory loss, depression, fear for no reason, and they don't trust anyone. Schizophrenia affects your brain massively. Patients have abnormally low activity in the frontal lobe of the brain and abnormalities in the hippocampus and the amygdala, which are responsible for long-term memories and fears, respectively. Schizophrenia can't be cured through medication. The only treatment option is to go to psychological therapy sessions, which are lifelong for schizophrenia. Now, on to the effects of social media on your mental and emotional health. Social media plays a big part in a teen's mental and emotional health. For example, in a survey done by in the UK, 51% of teens surveyed said that social media had made their self-esteem and confidence decline due to unfair comparisons with others. Social media also affects teens' mental health because it glorifies the use of drugs. In a study, it states that those who use social media on a daily basis are 5 times more likely to use tobacco, 3 times more likely to use alcohol, and 2 times more likely to use marijuana. It can also lead to the fear of missing out on important or fun moments. The way the media portrays mental illnesses doesn't help the people who have mental illnesses either. They usually portray people with mental illnesses as psychotic or crazy, which for most people with mental illnesses is false. And since most people get information about mental illnesses from the media, who paints a grim and inaccurate picture, most people are ill-informed. They also paint many myths, which aren't even in the least bit true.
Created using Powtoon.